podcast is about staying hungry, Rampage. Don't lose that fire.
Wow, don't lose that fire. Incredible. Hey, we're going to just start it off with that. Luke Rockhold with the quote of the year. Potentially might win the Jackson Podcast Award for Best Quote of the Year. I'm sitting here with the greatest co-host to ever do it, Rampage Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting here with the Jackson Podcast of the Year Award for Best UFC Analyst, TJ Dillashaw, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting here with the greatest co-host back from Turkey, Dublin, Dubai, and Saudi Arabia, Luke Rockhold, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sitting here with one of the biggest dogs the UFC has ever seen, ladies and gentlemen, Khalil Rountree. Rountree, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Good to be back for sure.
Your nose looks great.
It's healing, man.
Yeah,
it's healing. Shout out to my surgeon back in Vegas, Frank Style. Yeah, I actually missed my appointment today to be here. I was going to get some more injections to kind of keep this keloid from going down because I'm still trying to look good.
You can get
I think it looks
injections for the
good,
keloid?
dude.
Yeah, apparently they have some new thing that's like if you are prone to keloids, they do this like direct like injection straight into it, and it kind of helps break down the scar tissue.
Sound like it hurts.
It hurts like a bitch, especially right here, like on the bridge of the nose and then on the eyelid. So, but yeah, I feel good, man.
I think it looks good. I don't think you should take it away.
No, leave it.
Yeah.
Hey, don't lie. He
Scars tell a story, right?
Exactly.
Nah,
I got
fuck that.
some gnarly scars.
Hell no, he look like that thing from Star Trek.
Ah,
Oh, fuck you.
You
He look like Chewbacca.
Oh! 10-8 round.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hey, so we're going to jump right into this. First of all, Tree, I want to say as a Jackson athlete, Santo Studio athlete, we appreciate everything you did, and you put on a great performance. You made us proud out there, so congrats, bro, and
Thank
showing
you, guys.
everybody in the world that the heart you had. You definitely deserve that fight. We're excited to hear about the next one. Can I tell them who you're fighting, or should I not say it?
I don't even know who I'm fighting.
I shouldn't say it.
I don't even know who I'm fighting. So it might be false information.
I think we should give that keloid a little time.
I don't even know who I'm fighting. So yeah, I think we don't say anything because I have no idea.
All right, so I'm not going to say anything about Jon Jones or anything like that or whatever. I'm not going to say nothing.
Oh, he's moving up to heavyweight?
I don't want to say nothing. I
didn't
told you
say
that.
it.
Why would
I
you
didn't
say
say
that?
it.
Why would you say that?
Because you said Jon
Why would
Jones?
you say that?
Because you just said Jon
This is a
Jones.
table full of athletes. First of all, why do you have TJ Dillashaw's belt on the table?
Because I'm a big fan of TJ. Y'all know that.
Hell yeah.
So you just decided to take his belt and ask him for an autograph? What are you, a fan?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm fanboying.
I'm not even going to start with you today. So we're going to jump right into the UFC card. We're going to go straight into the UFC recap. For the first fight, we have Rampage. You want to do the honors of saying the names?
Yeah, let me see this guy's name. Are we starting up here?
Yeah, the main card.
Oh, the main. Are we not doing these people down? Okay, all right, we're going up here. Okay, Marcifio Rufy versus James Lollipop.
You guys want to pull up the fight real quick? What do we see from this fight, TJ? What did you like about it?
I love this fight, man. Rufy's got insane eyes. His reaction times are amazing. His counters are crisp. I love his striking. He's a great fighter. He's gonna make a great name for himself. His counter left hook, where he's slipping this guy's jab and coming back with his hook, was just incredible. Landed some big shots. This fight had me laughing though a few times because of some of the commentating that was going on. I was listening to Cormier make fun of how do you pronounce the Mexican guy's name?
Lollipop.
Yon Top.
Yon Top, yeah. Still Yon got Top. a
better physique than
So,
Cormier.
always talking about how he's fat and this kind of stuff. It's like, Cormier, how can you be saying that, bro? You can't be saying that shit. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
it's the same. Like when a black guy can say nigga.
If you're overweight, you can say it.
Yeah.
How's that applicable to the situation?
If you fat, you can call somebody else fat.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, you can.
Khalil Rountree, you were a little bit heavier before you started fighting. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. I don't think it applies to the same as like the N word and the M word. Honestly, like if you're fat,
because you're born into something.
You
or-
got
yeah.
no reason calling other people fat if you're fat.
Wow.
But I mean, it's up to you. I mean, it's perspective.
Come from two former fat guys. I think that
Who's former fat guy?
I used to be fat.
But why do you have to? He just told you not to include someone else's name about being fat, and you said two former fat guys. He just told you not to do that.
What lie did I tell though?
You didn't say a lie.
You didn't say a lie, but you're being disrespectful.
You did
Okay.
say former. So it's kind of like what's in the past is in the past.
Thank you.
There we go.
See?
Well, good thing we have Luke's protein candy here, so that way we can all stay in shape.
But this had me dying, bro, just with that. And then also Roofy's corner man saying that he's got a big head. He can take a punch, which he could, right? Like, he took some hard shots. He's like, in the corner, he's like, this guy's got a big head, you know? Like, you're going to have to fire off on him. And, like, loading up on those punches right there. And the guy's good, man. I really like his striking a lot.
It's funny how the UFC just became a fashion show. I don't know what it all came to, but he did walk out, and you're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Which one?
Which one?
I think both of them really. It's like I've never seen any of them fight. Have you seen any of these guys
I
fight?
never seen any of these
To
guys
get on the
fight.
main card, I saw this guy with the blue hair walk out, and I was like,
Well, he took it on 2 weeks' notice.
I was like, on the biggest fight card of the. Yeah, he did.
He took it on 2 weeks' notice.
I thought they moved these guys up because
Well, he did because of 2 week notice. Right? It's a catch weight because I can't say his name again. The Uzi, face Uzi, he took it on 2 weeks' notice to make 65s instead of 55s.
Oh, okay, but I thought these guys got moved to the main card because
The Eric
Chris-
Anders
Chris-
fight.
Chris
Eric
Weidman.
Anders and Weidman.
yeah, is that right?
Yeah,
I
hey,
think so.
While we're talking about that, what happened to that fight? Why did they have to pull out?
From what I saw, Eric Anders came out the next day and said that he got food poisoning Friday night, and he was like throwing up and shitting everywhere, and so I think the doctors pulled him from it. So he made weight. Yeah, I think he made weight, and then that night was just super sick. Couldn't show up to fight the next day.
Is that a thing though? Like getting food poisoning?
Fuck yeah.
It is.
Well,
Yeah.
think about it, man. Like you're like starving yourself, right? And then you're like gorging yourself after weigh-ins, and being smart about what you eat's a big part of it. And then you can't control what you're going out to a restaurant and eating if you're gonna get food poisoning or not. You know?
Yeah.
All of you guys had to cut weight at a high level. What do you eat after you've cut weight for that long the next day, right? When you try to replenish your body, do you just eat a bunch of food?
No, I mean, I eat a lot of food, but I eat the right kinds of foods, the right kind of fuels to put back into your body, the right kind of simple carbs, great digestible proteins. I like a salmon for my the omegas that come along with it, and the great proteins, good rices. But I start off every time after weigh-ins with like a green smoothie with protein in it. Tons of greens, some good fruit, creatine to help reabsorb all the water back into my body. And then a good heavy protein. That's like the
TJ
first
does
thing.
it the right way, man.
Oh my
No,
chemist.
100%.
TJ the chemist showed
No,
up.
I mean, I think it's a common thing in fighting. Like, we're so used to wanting to gorge after weigh-ins, but when you do things like the right way, like TJ's saying, even for me, I hate cutting weight, and my coach makes sure that we cut the minimal amount of water possible. Like even this last fight for this fight, I was in the sauna 45 minutes only.
Nice.
So I cut like 3 pounds of water, and then I was on weight. And then after, I'm still starving, but it's like, yeah, I'll have a steak, like some sourdough bread, probiotics.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Everything to make sure like the night of weigh-ins isn't the night to gorge and eat pizza and sushi and all that stuff. It's after the fight. So like you really should focus on eating the right things and cooking, continuing to cook in your hotel room or, you know, whatever it is, wherever you're staying, instead of like after weigh-ins, I'm going to go to a restaurant because you have no control of the ingredients these people are putting in. So it makes sense, but I see how people do it. Yeah, it is a real thing. People do get sick right after weigh-ins.
Do you fast your Thursday night?
Yeah. So I usually have my last meal. So if I'm cutting weight Thursday, I usually just have breakfast, enough to just keep me going and do like the interviews and all that stuff so that I'm not all
Cranky.
messed up. Yeah, cranky. But yeah, my last meal, even for last week, was just I had a little bit of oatmeal and some eggs, and then I was fasted until after weigh-ins.
I think everyone has mixed opinions, you know, how you feel and how you go about it, you know, keeping your metabolism going throughout the day on small meals, or, you know, people just, everyone's different, you know, how you feel is how you feel.
Yeah. Towards the end of my career, I was cooking all my food that I was going to eat after weigh-ins, even up to the week, because like you said, you don't know when you go to a restaurant, like what seed oils they're using, if they're cooking it all the way, if the old food they're using. And then I like to not fast. I like to keep the energy in my body, and I like to cut more of the water. I water load, and I think the morning of weigh-ins, I'll lose like 7 pounds. I'll sit in the sauna for like 10 minutes, start breathing on a sweat. I'll put on plastics and sweatpants and stuff over it. I'll walk on the treadmill for 30 or 40 minutes, and because I'm hyperhydrated, I just dump weight in the morning of weigh-ins.
And at what point in your career did you start cooking all your meals in your hotel room, like at the UFCs?
When I met Sam Calavita at the training lab, and I really got into nutrition and learning more about like like I used to do everything the wrong way. I remember I used to make fun of Danny Castillo back when I was at Alpha Male. He was like the first person I ever heard of going gluten-free. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is gluten? It's like, give me all, like, I'll take his gluten, give it to me, you know? But since I met Sam Calvita at the training lab, I really got into my diet, my supplementation. I learned a lot from him, and I'm continuing to do it now without my life.
Mm.
Yeah, I think there was a turning point when nutritionists really kind of hit the market in like 2000, maybe 14, 15, and it started to spread up the ranks. And so then everyone started to really feel like the nutritionists came into fight week, and everyone started picking up on, you know, like what I needed to be doing and how to get the weight down, how to get the glycogen out of your body so you're not depriving your body from all like the internal organs of dehydration. That when you dehydrate those crucial organs, that's when you don't recover, and that's when you really get fucked up. So taking the glycogen out, which is a huge percentage of your muscle base, letting your recovery time come faster.
Rampage, did you have a crazy meal prep going into fights?
My first time doing nutrition and stuff is for my Kevin Randleman fight. I didn't know anything about nutrition. And back then I didn't have to cut a whole lot of weight, but I was very worried about Kevin Randleman. So I hired a nutritionist, and she was a bodybuilder. So it took her a while to tweak my nutrition because she wasn't giving me enough carbs and stuff at first for me to train. I was training like 3 times a day back then. And after she dialed it in, and she had me eating like 5 or 6 small meals throughout the day, and that was the best shape I ever been in my life. But it was so hard for me to do that again, and I never did it to that extent again. So after that, I just started just eating really clean and trying to. I wish I was kind of like him, what he was saying, what he was doing. I never did that after my weigh-ins.
Just cutting water and not having to be so.
Yeah, but after
and also
weigh-ins,
the first fuels you put back in your body, right? It's
Yeah.
like super important. The first thing you're putting back in your body because you're depriving yourself, you know. Yeah. And you only have 30 hours until you're going to perform, and so you got to like make sure that you're, you know, spiking the insulin the right way with, you know, easy carbs and the protein that comes along with it.
Yeah, the first thing I ate after weigh-ins was ass.
Yeah, that's the perfect
Before,
recipe for
during, and
victory.
after.
Only you, my friend.
That's
Only
the
you.
Rampage diet.
Yeah.
Ass.
What was his name?
Wow. Oh, wow.
What?
I thought we was boys.
What?
Wow, you going to embarrass me in front of the
Nah,
future legend right now?
Hey,
You don't got to be embarrassed if it's not true.
Well,
Damn.
well, fuck you, and
Pin it
fuck
around.
you.
Pin it around.
I never said anything bad about you or your nose or nothing, and that's how you do me.
Or
Yeah, you
why
did.
you just point out his nose again? Why are you pointing
You
again?
mentioned my
pointed
nose
his-
twice. You're the only person that said anything about my nose.
Why are you obsessed with this guy's nose?
Because he looked like the dude from Star Trek.
Okay, now we're going into before we go off on this fight. Going into this third round, we saw what do you call him? Rampage Lollipop.
Yeah, that's his name.
James
man.
Lollipop.
That's his name.
His eye looks super swollen.
Oh, yeah.
his left eye.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good overhand right.
you guys know what it feels like to go to battle, especially Rountree. You just went through a crazy one. How does that feel going into a round like that, having your eye that swollen?
I mean, in the moment, you don't necessarily. I didn't feel it.
Exactly.
I mean, like for instance, in the fight where this cut happened, I think I got hit, boom, and I knew that I had gotten it like a hit hard because I started to see my vision kind of blur a little bit. But the second one that landed, the one that actually split my eye, I literally in that moment I was like, I went blind, but fuck it, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, you don't say
Because
that.
I didn't see anything after that. I saw just light. I didn't see shadows. I didn't see anything. It was just like if someone put like just a clear or like a frosted like film. So I was like, I can't see. I'm fucking blind, but whatever. I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah.
So, but the sensation, like the feeling, I didn't feel anything. The adrenaline was too high for me to, But I realized it was there. I was like, okay, my eyes fucked up, but I'll deal with it later. So I think maybe Jon Top probably felt the same way.
Jon Top's tough, man.
He is.
His eye is not that bad, but he's the guy fucking his game. He brings it. He's got that little Mike Tyson little back and forth. I want to know if he dyed his hair blue just because he knew he was in blue corner or not.
Is it? It might be blonde, Luke. I don't know if that's blue.
Look, are you colorblind?
Yeah, I think you're.
There's blonde blue. There's some blue in there.
There might be
It might be a
tint of
little
blue.
tint, but it
not
looks
anymore.
blonde.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't
there
see
might
no
be a
blue.
little bit of blue.
TJ, the Jackson Podcast Discord, we were looking up questions. We were asking people questions.
Telling you that left hook.
And looking at this fight, a lot of people were talking about decisions, fights going to decisions.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to know, if I was a fighter, if I was a coach, how do you examine, or how do you kind of go into that third round knowing that this might go into decision? Do you have to throw more volume? Do you have to try to put on a bigger show? How do you know going into that third round, okay, whoever wins this round is going to win? You're not going to get a knockout. How can you convince them, or how does that even work? Like psychologically, knowing that you have to win this round on a decision.
I mean, you just bite. I mean, if you're on top,
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to bite down and throw, right? I mean, you got nothing else to lose. You lost the first 2 rounds clearly. So even if you go out there and you get starched, it's like at least you're going for it. So it's like kind of throw caution to the wind. Maybe when you first start a fight, you're still looking for knockouts, but you're doing it technical. You're taking the right steps. You're doing the right head motion. You're setting things up. But then third round, you kind of like got to say fuck it, especially when you got a guy that's countering really well. You can't throw super technical. You kind of got to make it a bar fight, and you just got to go. Pedal to the metal as much as your cardio will let you.
Cool. Yeah, it makes sense. I always wondered that. Like, if you know you're going to lose, what do you got to do? I mean, if you can't get the knockout, you got to do something. So obviously, I think that's what it is.
You just got to turn it into like. Yeah. So look, the Roofy, he's doing really good counters. He sees when he's throwing a jab. He sees when he's throwing the right hand. And he's countering it. So now, same way I think you need to fight Jones is you need to make it non-technical. You need to make it a straight up street fight.
Tree, you had a good point. What were you saying?
Oh, I asked Luke if he said he didn't think that his eye was that bad, but then he told me, like at the top of the round, it didn't seem that way. But as he kept landing that overhand right, it seemed to get like worse and worse. And it looked like after the fight, that thing was like pretty fucked up.
Man, Roofy did a good job of setting up that body to come with that overhand right. He kept jabbing the body, going downstairs, and coming over the top after third or fourth jab downstairs. I like that as well.
Rampage, do you want to bring in the women's flyweight belt?
This is my favorite part of the podcast is Rampage announcing the names.
Well, I can't pronounce this
I know, that's why I like it. It's the best part.
All right, so we got from Brazil, Viviane Arejo versus what's his chick name? This Anderson Silva's cousin, Karine Silva. I got it right.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting better.
I'm getting better. Hooked on phonics.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, names are hard, man.
They can be.
Yeah, see? He agrees with me.
Luke, same thing. What were you talking about this fight? What do you see? Same with TJ and Tree.
I didn't see this fight.
I actually didn't see this fight either.
I was talking about the previous fight.
Yeah, the previous fight.
The previous fight is,
Mauricio Rufy,
yeah.
Why you didn't see this fight? Are you sexist, Luke? Be honest.
How are you going to sit on a recap for the UFC card and not watch the fight?
I was hoping these guys were going to take over this fight because I didn't watch it either.
You didn't watch it either?
No.
Okay, this is crazy. Did you watch it? You watch it?
Yeah.
At least I know Rampage watched it. Rampage, you talk about it. Rampage, I know you watched it. Let's let Rampage do this one.
I watched it. It was a boring fight.
The only girls I watched fight is Katie Taylor and Amanda Soriano.
Oh, damn.
Those are real gangsters.
I watched this fight. It was boring.
Guys, okay.
I mean, yeah, like you'll pay attention. I'll be watching fights and we're at a function. And if something obviously sparks off and you see talent, you see technique, it's going to pull you in. I was watching this fight with blatantly, and I just never wanted to watch it.
Yeah, it was a boring fight. I was rooting for Anderson Silva's cousin, and I was hoping that she would pull it off, but she didn't.
Yeah, I think it's similar to kind of what Luke was saying. Yeah. I was also at a function. I've seen both of these ladies fight separately, and I think that outside of this fight, they've done really well. But there was nothing that happened in this fight that kept me engaged. So I was just, talking to other people. So I think that might be the indicator of a boring fight.
I kind of signed out before the fight happened. Like I was on a hunting trip, and I needed to shower. So I decided during this main card what fight I was going to go take a shower during.
Okay. TJ, at least you're honest, and that's why everybody loves you is because you shoot it straight. Yeah. One thing, while we do have Tree here, then, and since no one has any analysis of this beautiful fight, and I do want to give these two women an incredible salute on them putting a battle together for us on this card, is Tree, you were out here before your fight with Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
And you came out here for my birthday. You and Luke were at the dinner, and the night before that, you were training and like swimming or something to Catalina Island.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to the crowd and to the audience watching this? Because it was a pretty incredible, training program that you and your coach were telling me about, and then you guys went and did it before dinner.
You're not afraid of sharks?
That's what I said.
I mean, we weren't really thinking about it. It was like we knew that there was a possibility of them being there, but if we were to turn away from the idea of there being sharks, then like it totally kills the whole purpose.
You're
right?
a fucking
Bro.
But
You swam to Catalina?
no, we didn't swim to
Catalina wine mixer.
So my close training partner, he competes a lot, and he actually just won the Chicago High Rocks games. So he qualified for the World Championships, I think, in France. But there was another competition called the High Bricon Games, and so they chose 24 out of 1,000 of like their best athletes. And it was like a 3-day competition out in Catalina. The first event was like you have to run 12 miles through the hills, and then you have to go and you have to do this like swimming race by elimination. So like all 12 people are swimming. You swim out, you do a lap, then you run across the sand, and if you're the last one, you get eliminated. And they kept going until they got down to like the last guy. And then after that, then they had to go and do like a deadlift, 500 pounds for whoever can get the most reps in like, I don't know, 3 minutes.
You did this
like
shit?
That. No. My training partner. But the way that we train is like, if I'm getting ready for a fight or if he's getting ready for a competition, we train together.
Nice.
You know, so that's what kind of keeps us competitive, but also like helping each other grow. So we knew that the competition was going to be there in Catalina Island. So we went a couple weeks in advance to go just get a lay of the land and see what it's like. Like how do we feel after 3 miles? How do we feel after, 700 meters in the ocean and shit like that? So
only way to get ready for it is to do it same way as a fight, right?
Exactly.
You got to spar. Like,
yeah, exactly. So, we came out for that. And then after that, we were completely crushed, but we went to Bear's birthday after.
bro, I am like, my biggest fear in life is sharks.
Yeah.
By far. That's my biggest fear. And I had to do a NOS energy shoot out at Catalina. They're making me do cliff diving, like pounding an energy drink and doing some big ass jumps off a cliff, which I don't mind jumping off cliffs, but I don't like sharks. We had to move locations twice because of sharks.
Wow.
On Catalina Island. I was like, fuck.
My question is, what was you hunting during this fight? What was you hunting?
Mule deer. I'm out like
what deer?
Mule deer. There's different types of deers: whitetail, blacktail, mule deer. I've been putting in for a tag for 9 years to get a certain draw, and me, my brother, and my dad got it, and so we've been out. They're still there right now. I came out of the mountains to come do this podcast for you guys, and I actually had Starlink, so I was able to watch the fights out in the middle of the woods.
Wow.
Archery, late season archery hunt.
Have you ever hunted a matter, Daddy?
No, I haven't.
You never?
No. What does it matter, Daddy?
Ain't nothing wrong with me. What's the matter with you?
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I'm glad that you got that one off your chest.
I had to
You
get
see what I got to deal with, and then you guys wonder why, and then the audience wonders why I bully him all day. This is what I got to deal with all day in front of everybody.
Every time I'm here, I get it. I get to see it in the flesh.
I just get bullied all day, and then the audience only sees my part, and they go, "Why you always make fun of Rampage?"
He always make fun of. He started it first.
Hazelnut vanilla latte looking. All right, so listen, now we got the Bo Nickal Paul Craig fight. This is a big one. Everybody was talking about Bo Nickal. I know TJ, last time you were here, you were talking about wrestling. TJ, you wrestled in college at Cal State Fullerton.
Yep.
Luke, great wrestling background in jiu-jitsu. Tree, Rampage was talking about wrestling, same thing. This guy's hype on wrestling is through the roof. Yeah. What did we see from Bo Nickal that we like, that we don't like? Luke, I'll start with you.
He was scared to take Paul Craig down. I mean, if you're that good at wrestling and you talk all this game, Paul Craig is pretty average when it comes to the ground game. And if you can't take him down to control and implement your strategy, it's like, I don't know what you're gonna do. I mean, trying to show more of your stand up, because nothing was working, and it wasn't much of a performance by the golden boy per se, Bo Nickal.
I do see what you're saying with he shouldn't be scared of his jiu-jitsu, but Paul Craig's only chance to win this fight would be on the ground. His striking is, low level as well. And so why even if you are better and you could beat him in jiu-jitsu, why even take the chance, right? So he did a pretty measured job. Was it lackluster? Yeah, it was, but he did enough to get the win, and he's fighting on a main card, and he is hyped up. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being hyped up behind the UFC. I'm a big Bo Nickal fan because I've trained with him. He trains with my strength conditioning coach. I've followed his career through wrestling, and so I hope the best for him, and I put some money on him. Again, my bookie won another 4 fights, so I'm on a 12-fight win streak right now.
You on 12 fight?
12 fights, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I won every fight too.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you bet against Stipe?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Katie Taylor.
I can't believe you guys.
Katie, you knew Katie Taylor was going to get the decision no matter what.
That's a separate fight, Luke.
Yo, so
that's not even the same UFC
with
card.
this fight.
Yeah.
One thing that stood out to me was like after the fact, Bo Nickal was saying like, guys, I only have 6 fights.
Yeah.
And I think that showed in this fight. And I think a lot of us as fans and as spectators, we did get caught up into the hype of Bo Nickal, just hearing his name all the time, and UFC and other commentators doing a really good job at like hyping him up. And yeah, he is a phenomenal wrestler and has a lot of like, accolades and stuff. But I think in this fight, we just got to see the truth and see like, yeah, this guy still has a long way to go before he can really like be the Bo Nickal that everybody thinks he is, or that we were sold. We got to see the truth. It's like, and it's going to take some more time to really open up in there, get comfortable, and like putting guys away. Like we thought he was going to put away Paul Craig. It's just going to take some more fights and him getting comfortable in there for sure.
Yeah, I like the take same as that is that Uncle Chael said, Bo Nickal having someone in his corner telling him, dude, like, don't wrestle with this guy. Don't wrestle with this guy. The only chance this guy has is on the floor. But you're such a collegiate wrestler. You're the best in the world. You won 2 world championships. Like, you're insane at wrestling. Like, take the guy down and show everybody what you got. Uncle Chael had a pretty good video commentary about this whole fight. And then Dana White came out and said, listen, Bo Nickal's incredible, but he has a long way to go. We can't just give him the fight, that he wants. We have to build this guy up. He's going to be a superstar. We got to let this guy get his feet wet. Like Khalil Rountree said, he's only a few years into his whole UFC career as a whole. But I mean, TJ, you talked about having a good camp. You're very vocal with me about the fighters we bring on the team and how we build this gym and what you think will help us build an atmosphere here to help athletes become the best they can. What do you think a guy like Bo Nickal needs in his corner to become a world champion?
I mean, I think he's at a great camp to help him do that, but it's mainly just having them training partners that are going to push you to the limit. Like he needs to get into those boxing fights. He needs to go to an actual boxing gym. He needs to, maybe do a lot more kickboxing to actually get a little bit more comfortable and not be so stiff and look like you're a boxer out there and not a wrestler trying to box. So I think it's like having the partners to do so and then finding the right coaches that you vibe with, right? It's like, even though this coach might be the best in the world, you might not vibe with him to the fullest and it's not going to help you grow. Like me and Dwayne, we knew that we were like coach and fighter right off the bat. We vibed right away. So finding someone like that you can believe in, that's going to help you get out into a fight, in a championship fight, and believe that you're the better striker. You believe that you're a better grappler, wherever the fight goes.
I mean, he should be using his wrestling to some extent, not just like there's no. Like take him down, let him up, show your authority, show that who you are. Just it looks weak. His whole strategy, his team, whoever put this together, it's like Paul Craig is not that good at anything.
Damn.
And like if you're that good of a prospect, this kid was calling out me. He's calling out a lot of he's talking shit to a lot of people.
You didn't see what I did to Paul Craig?
No, I didn't see that one.
You guys didn't see that?
What you do?
Let's pull it up. Let's fucking pull it up.
I mean, like there's been some impressive like submission wins, but there's never really been anything that. But I mean, like he submitted Jamal Hill and all this stuff, and it's like I think that people get so caught up in hype and things where they start to believe that people are more than what they show.
And if
you get what
a
I
guy
mean?
like Bo Nickal is believing that in Paul Craig, that just shows how weak you are mentally.
Or what your coaches are telling you too, right?
Yeah, and I think what Tree is saying too that we have to touch upon is Tree fought him.
Yeah.
And Tree beat him. And we'll pull it up right now. Tree, you can kind of walk us through how you beat this guy right here.
I thought they was 85.
He went down.
Oh.
Yeah, he went down. But, it's just to back up kind of what Luke was saying. There's nothing really that's like crazy that stands out. This was all in the first round. I think I knew that he was trying to shoot. So I was just like really comfortable and I just was, still myself and keeping the distance and throwing strikes. But I knew that the only like thing he thought he could do to beat me was shoot. And I heard his coaches.
There's no way they can strike with you.
There's no one that looks more relaxed than fucking Khalil before a fight.
Yeah.
Like
And
I thought I get relaxed. You just looking like you don't give a fuck.
And he's
I was
not a
like
wrestler.
toying with him. I don't toy with people in this fight. Like I was literally like mocking him. I actually wore
I love the body kick
the
like
yellow
that.
shorts were like a representation of Anderson because I just finished with
Hell yeah.
Anderson.
Well, he's not a wrestler though, huh?
He's
a
a more jujitsu guy.
Oh man. The way you kick the body when the guy's on the ground is one of my favorite
I know, me
things.
too.
And why you do the hammer fist like that? What's up
Well,
with that?
the thing about this fight specifically was that like when I showed up to
That's so
What are you
hard.
doing- what are you doing looking
Standing
over?
over him?
He said some shit. He
let me-
said some
no,
shit.
Yeah. So like I showed up to Scotland. I fought him in Glasgow. So it was like heavy Scottish crowd. But it was like the moment that I showed up and even pre-fight, there was a lot of things that were said and like almost like a lot of disrespect. And he was like overlooking me and trying to do this like, like this big man, type of shit to me. And I was like, no, you're going to show me some respect. Yeah. And so from the weigh-ins and all this stuff, I just felt like he was constantly trying to like intimidate me. And I just like, I knew that I was going to perform this way in the fight. So afterward, I just felt like I wanted to personally see his eyes like rolling. You know what I mean? It was just something for my inner like that, you get it.
I get you.
Khalil Rountree, didn't you train with Anderson Silva for this fight?
Yeah. And
because I remember Gabe and Khalil talking about how prepared you were.
Yeah, I lived at Anderson's house for the Gokhan Saki fight.
Wow.
But I was already training with Anderson for this fight.
Did Anderson teach you anything of technique-wise that you still hold true today that came from him?
Anything that I've ever learned from Anderson has always been more like mental, man. It's never really been a lot of like technical skill stuff. He's always been the type of guy to kind of try to calm me down and give me perspective. And, like that. There's not a lot of techniques that I guess that he's like passed down to me.
Who taught you that hammer fist? Like they like you swinging a big ass Thor hammer and shit.
I don't know, man. I think that's just from childhood trauma.
We need to give you a Jackson Award for best hammer fist.
Well, you're never gonna hurt this part of your hand,
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude. That's
solid.
I mean,
think about the guys in like kung fu and like all, like they're breaking bricks and stuff. It's like this part. I don't know.
You know how many times I've broken my hand doing like this with skateboarding? That's every time I've broken my hand, it's like this.
Well, on concrete.
Luke, we're talking about hitting someone in the head, and you're talking about steel concrete.
It's like concrete.
It's not even the same thing.
Steel concrete, buddy?
It's like flat concrete.
Steel
well, there's
not
rebar
steel,
in concrete.
not STEEL.
Don't try to.
STILL. Still like
oh, okay.
flat.
Yeah, you got to spell it out when you say.
Oh,
it.
you want me to? How do you spell this? SUGM.
FU.
There we go.
All right. So, anything else that we want to add with the Bo Nickal Paul Craig fight for the audience?
We kind of got the overall, take on this fight, and it was lack of experience from Bo, maybe a little bit of overhype. Should have used his wrestling for sure. Coaches probably should have included some mix up, like Luke was saying. Like there was no threat of a shot. There was no threat of a takedown to even try to like wear this guy down, to even see how his wrestling would do against a guy like this. So I think we need to see and hope that the next Bo Nickal fight's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, everyone fights like, scared to lose. Like you don't ever want to lose, right? But whenever I got in the cage, I never thought about losing. Like I never fought like I was afraid to lose. And this fight kind of looks like he's afraid to lose. He's afraid to like let it go. And kind of like both you guys are saying, like use your wrestling. You are the best in the world at wrestling. Like use it to your advantage instead of like being scared that might be his only chance to beat you.
We got two different fights going on right here.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Well, I'm gonna watch Rountree rather than the other fight.
Well, as we get the commentary on Bo Nickal, I do think Bo's going to be a huge star for the UFC, and I do got to give him credit that being such, I don't want to say a new fighter, but being such a fresh fighter of the game, having this level of kind of stardom and this level of pressure and still going in there, staying true to whatever plan he did put together to try to get the win. As a fan, not as a fighter, I got to give him credit that he's putting on a nice show for us, and we have something to look forward to, which is great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I just want to say one thing about this fight. And
with Joshua?
No, the fight we just watched right here with Anthony Smith.
Yes.
Smith.
You ruined my friendship with Anthony Smith.
Yeah, and mine. And
why?
mine. Because we had your back.
I didn't have. I had Anthony Smith back.
No, we had his. Oh,
no,
whose back do we have?
We had Anthony Smith
I
back.
got your
Okay,
back.
so the only reason why his feelings got hurt is because again it was
His
true.
feelings didn't get hurt.
No,
you were just being a little aggressive.
Yeah,
towards
you-
him.
Why? Because he gave up?
No, he
Yeah,
didn't. Oh,
No, he didn't give up.
he didn't give
Yes,
up.
he did.
but you-
100% gave up.
He thought that me and him. He thought that Bear and I was making fun of him.
We
with
would
you.
never. We would
I
never.
wasn't making fun of him. I was spitting facts. The
You
guy,
were.
the
You
guy
were. You were
quit.
using a form of bullying.
I think.
By what? Telling the truth?
I think you should pick a nicer way to tell the truth.
Sometimes the truth isn't nice.
It's
bro.
just like you trying to fight Jon Jones. Like Jon Jones a day before
never
his
said
fight,
that.
a day before Jon Jones'
because
fight.
you guys released something me saying that fight shouldn't be happening.
A day before Jon Jones' fight, he's leaving a comment on my Instagram video saying, TJ, you're crazy. This isn't true. I have to fight Stipe. Stipe's a legend. Stipe is a legend. Jon Jones is a legend, but so is TJ Dillashaw. So let's put some respect on his name, Rampage Jackson.
Well, I never said that
That's right.
TJ is not a legend. I'm just saying that he ruined my friendship with Anthony Smith.
Well, if that ruined your friendship, your guys' friendship wasn't that fucking tight.
Touche. Anthony gave me a lot of love after that one. I stood my ground. But I think TJ, I think we get a round table between Jon Jones, Anthony Smith, and Cody Garbrandt for TJ. Just a little
in January, we're putting together a TJ Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt sit down. Nice. It's going to be one of the greatest pieces of content the MMA world has ever seen. But before we move on from this subject, here's one of my greatest hammer, Thor, hold above your head punches of all time. It's Khalil Rountree and Anthony Smith. Khalil Rountree, why did you not throw it?
I mean, it didn't need to be thrown. I think after I landed the uppercut and I saw him take a fall, that fight to me, I was like so present. I just knew everything that was happening. So some of the times that hammer fist is the reaction and it just comes out of like emotion or just whatever. But that one, I knew he was finished after the uppercut or the left hand. So I just didn't need to throw it. I was super aware in this fight for sure. So I just held back.
Yeah, your striking was on point.
Yeah, I felt really good for this one. A lot of focus, a lot of training. Boom. Yeah. See, I was just watching it, and it's just like he rolled over, so there was no need to throw it. Wow. I kind of saw the ref coming in too, and I was just like, yeah, I don't need to do it.
Luke, you're pretty good at understanding fighters when we watch a fight. I really do appreciate like the advice, the commentary, the insight you give me. How aware does a fighter have to be in the middle of a UFC fight at this level to be able to control themselves and hold a punch like that?
No, awareness is the key of a champion of that higher level of performance. When you're so relaxed and you've lost control of the outcome and what is what, you just have these weird moments where everything is in slow motion. You can hear people, you can see things. It's like that's what Jon Jones is. Jon Jones does it so fucking well. It's like in the peak of my career when I knew it was on, I could fucking everything that like I was fighting Tim Kennedy and I could hear Greg Jackson yelling like when Tim would throw a jab and it wouldn't hit me and be like, oh, nice jab. And I was like, fuck you, Greg Jackson. He didn't hit me because he'd be trying to play into the minds of the refs and the judges. And like, but those are like, that's the time. It's like when everything is just so slow and everything's so real, you can hear it all. And that's when like when you've lost complete control of and you're just letting your body do its thing. It's like there's times in your career where you hit these perfect stints. Yeah, I would say
that was my favorite fight and probably the one that speaks to the most of what Luke's saying. I heard everything. I saw everything. I saw faces in the crowd. I heard his coaches. I heard mine. Like I could feel myself breathing. I was just so tapped into that fight. And I was in complete control the entire way. Wow. I saw the moments in the first round. At the end, there was like 10 seconds left. I rocked him a little bit, and I was like, I made the decision there, like, no, we're going to go to the second round. Second round, rocked him again, and I was like, no, we're going to go to the third round. So I like really was taking my time in that fight.
Why you wanted all those extra rounds?
Because the way that this fight happened, I knew I was going to fight Anthony Smith, and how I've been climbing the ranks and how my career's been, a lot of ups and downs. I've been given opportunities and sometimes shit the bed because I was so nervous. Mm-hmm. And not really fully prepared. So I think given Anthony Smith, like it was a late notice fight for him. But I'd been training hard. And I was like, well, if I'm going to fight this guy, then I need to make sure that this is my moment to show the world what I'm capable of. Not just like a lucky first round knockout.
Sounds like in that moment you were having fun too.
Yeah, having fun, really just adapting, and trusting in myself that I could show my skills. And so I thought like, going 3 rounds is probably the smart thing to do for my career.
I've never had that type of mindset, and if I kind of wish I did. I've always had like tunnel vision. And it's like I just go off instinct. Like a lot of people make fun of me or talk shit about me on how I gave Vanderlei those extra punches, and I didn't even feel the referee right there. I wish I could be like in tune and see and pull back and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever had that in any of my fights.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't. Like on the opposite side of that, of really being in tune and feeling it and seeing it all. Then you got guys like Michael Chandler who just go fucking balls to the wall. He don't remember. There's no way he remembers a goddamn thing he does in that fight.
Man, this fight was amazing. I'm a huge Charles Oliveira fan and Michael Chandler as well. But this fight, man, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Like, these guys are amazing.
This one showed really how good Charles Oliveira is. Like he is getting better and better, which is crazy because he's been in the UFC for so long. But I think he's tapped into the energy he needs to have to be successful. Everyone's got to have different energy. Like yours might be where you don't slow shit down. You continue to do punches. Like some people like to be in a flow state, mad, happy, whatever it may be. He's found what performs best for him, and he's doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to point out with this, though, is you notice the first 4 rounds, he's going, right? He's being aggressive. He's going for the win. And then the only time there was a glimpse for Chandler to win was in the 5th round when you see Oliveira finally say, like, I got this in the bag. I'm going to chill. I'm going to be defensive. And then he does not fight well defensive because you've seen Chandler came out and catch him with something rather than him having his foot on the pedal going forward. If you'd have done that in the 5th round as well, too, it would have been a completely different fight.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think Chandler would have won this fight if he didn't slip so much. I think he was like real rusty because how long did he wait for the Conor McGregor fight?
Not sure. I don't.
It was
really
like 2 years he hadn't fought or something.
Yeah, but you see, he had Charles hurt.
Only in the only time he had him hurt was in the 5th round.
In the 5th round.
Yeah, he had like 13 unanswered punches. I think the ref could have stopped it.
But there are a lot of them to the
Back
back of the head.
of the
I don't know. I don't understand,
Bro.
I do not understand how they didn't call any of those punches because
They were all like
elbows
clean,
to the back of the
clean
head.
to the back.
yeah.
No, I think Oliveira did a really good job like controlling him, right?
Yeah.
Like although he didn't get the submission, it's like even positions like this are super awkward, but the clock is ticking down. Like it's just going and going and going, and that's going to give you the round. And I think the rest of the rounds were pretty similar, where he just showed a lot of control and really kind of stopped Chandler from being able to be so active until the 5th, and then he came out and did what he did.
I mean, this
best.
is some of the best Oliveira's ever looked. I don't
Yeah.
think Chandler had a chance until Oliveira pulled off the gas.
Yeah.
Oliveira pulled off the gas, give Chandler a chance to hit that big shot, and almost got to finish in the 5th round. It was just a dog.
That's what he needed, though.
Yeah, he needed that, but that didn't happen until Oliveira decided to just be defensive rather than going for the win.
From the first fight, wasn't Chandler winning the fight until the end?
Yeah.
So I thought that he was going to come back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Oliveira looks so good. He's grown since that fight, even like hitting takedowns and trips and like taking his back and just kind of picking him apart. 'Cause you got to be a fan of Chandler just the way he's always been in an amazing. Like the guy's one of the most entertaining fighters in all the fights he's been in, right? So I'm a big fan of his too. But I just love Oliveira's story. Where he came from, what he's turned into, and how he's continued to grow like 14 years into the UFC,
Yeah, Roundtree, but how slippery is that canvas in the UFC, though?
It's not slippery at all.
What you mean it's not slippery? He was sliding around like he's on ice skates.
Slip and slide.
Until you get on like the logos, I feel like those are the slipperiest parts. But for me personally, I think that the canvas is pretty rough.
You guys don't find the canvas slippery?
I do, but I fight differently, right? Like he fights a little bit more his feet
I'm a
in the
heavy guy,
ground.
yeah,
He's
like, I'm
going
a
to throw
heavy guy.
bigger shots. I'm bouncing around, moving, pushing hard off my feet. And so like sometimes I slip off the ball of my feet. And I feel like Chandler fights that way as well too. Like Roundtree and Luke, they're kind of a little bit more like feet are in the ground looking for them power shots and slipping,
I think the logos for sure. Sometimes the logos maybe, but the canvas is not bad.
Yeah.
I feel like okay.
I thought it was kind of slippery.
Calluses.
One thing I wanted to tell.
What'd you say?
Wow.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
Why you
Wait.
gonna make him say it again?
Wait, say that
we
again.
all heard
Missed
him.
it.
Tree, you're saying that the reason why Rampage Jackson, former UFC champion and Pride champion, the reason why he slips and slides around the ring like he's at Raging Waters is why?
I just said because he might have all them calluses.
Interesting. So you got. So what Khalil Rountree is saying is technically you have really grotesque feet.
Are you one of those guys that sleep with socks on?
I can't
You got
see
keloid calling calluses over here.
I can't see what's up.
Hey, who's more ashy though?
Luke, don't get us started, man.
Oh,
Don't make me
man.
start with you, Luke.
What would? what?
I'm only doing this to Rampage because every time I come here, I'm so respectful.
Yeah, you
And
do
I'm like
bully him.
always I'm
The
always
whole
siding
internet's
with
upset with
Rampage.
you. The
And he's
internet's
always
upset with you.
He's always, testing me. And today is just, I felt today, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it back at Rampage
No.
a little bit so he feels it.
No, you got to say no did it.
Oh my!
I don't.
Not everybody's nervous about what they do in their extracurricular time.
I know you ain't talking, but I think Roundtree is just upset because he knows I'm stronger than him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
forgot about this.
Look at his brand new JX1. Look at his brand new JX1 watch. Look at his brand new JX1 watch, iced out. Look at your brand new JX1 ice. Watch out. I say Roundtree arm wrestles everybody, and the winners get to keep the watches. The loser goes home with no watch.
I ain't giving up this watch. This is
Yeah,
dope, dude.
Yeah, fuck off.
If I'm arm wrestling anybody, it's only Rampage.
Yeah, you don't
He
want
sees he's
that.
the weakest.
You don't want that, Khalil.
He's calling out the weakest.
Khalil,
right
you
now.
don't
I'm
want
the
that.
weakest?
Yeah, hey, the bully always bullies the weakest link.
Hey, I'm undefeated in arm wrestling in high school.
Brother, you 180.
In high
What?
school?
That was in like
Well,
1930.
I was just
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. 10-8 round Rampage. He's winning right now. He's up 3 rounds. 10-8. You
Damn.
got to throw something at him that's going to stick right now, brother.
Please, throw
You're shooting
something.
blanks. What?
I'm starting to feel bad now.
Yeah, it's like shooting fish in a barrel with him today. He's like, it's too much of this.
Luke got my back.
Of course he wants to. Of course he wants to come on your back.
All right. Yeah, this is going to help my brain.
Of course, Luke has your back. That was the first thing you wanted, right? Right when you showed up today, you want Luke to have your back. I love that. Love that about you. That you know good teamwork. What? What? I always got your back too. Don't
No,
do that.
I don't want you to have my back.
But honestly,
it's a different story when he's got your back.
I know.
Oh
different.
God! Hey, in all honesty, do you think you could beat him in an arm wrestling competition?
Yeah.
You think you could beat Khalil Rountree?
Yeah.
Brother, come on.
Let's get like an official table and like put it in the Jackson house and have an arm wrestling tournament.
I think
I can beat him.
They got a nice corner right here.
And why do you think you could beat him?
Because I'm strong. I'm strong as fuck.
Stronger than this guy who's going toe to toe against the world's best right now. He's in the prime of his life.
In sparring, I'm be honest. He might kick my ass in a sparring match.
No,
but-
not fighting.
No, I'm just shut the fuck up and let me say what I gotta say. In an arm wrestling
I'm not
match,
going to
I'm
let you
stronger
fight
than
him. What are you talking about?
In an arm wrestling match, I'm stronger than him.
No,
Muay Thai, he's better than me.
Let's do.
Let the arm wrestling happen right here on the
Let's-
corner on the
yeah, I want
podcast.
you first.
Let's take some betting odds.
I'll take
I
dude.
want Luke first.
Hey,
we know
I
you.
want you-
We
I
know
want-
you want Luke. It's no secret.
I want.
Hey,
I want Luke first.
I'm gonna talk to my bookie. We're gonna get this some betting
Yeah,
odds.
let's do that.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get some
let's-
betting
yeah,
odds
let's
on
get
this.
some money
We're gonna be
behind
betting
this.
on
Fine,
it.
yeah.
Let's move on from this. So right here, I pulled up Michael Chandler's last 5 fights. He lost to Oliveira for the belt, lost to Gaethje, beat Ferguson, lost to Poirier, lost to Oliveira. Where does Michael Chandler go from here? I actually want to know this. What you guys think?
Conor McGregor.
Again?
He waits another 10 years for Conor McGregor.
I don't know, man.
Conor McGregor. Hey, didn't he call out Conor after the fight?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
Just WWE is possible too. Just
Yeah.
the whole voice and everything.
Yeah,
but
bro.
I mean,
Move on.
whoever's gonna be able to throw down with him. I mean, he's an entertaining fight. They're never gonna be getting rid of him. So give him someone else that's gonna stand in there and make an entertaining fight. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
He looks great. He came in fight shape ready, like he's always ready to go, like TJ said. But TJ, is there something you think about the off, like what Rampage said, the off time, or is it the way he fights, or is the style, the division? What is it about him that you think he's having a little slump right now?
I mean, it's a tough weight class, dude. It's not like he's just fighting some chumps. It's just like I think Oliveira just looked better. You know.
But at one point, he almost had him, and I felt like
that slip.
the ref. I felt like the ref could have literally called it if he wanted to.
No, all the punches were to the back of the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I didn't see that.
you can
Watch.
see it right
Well,
here.
yeah,
It's
come on,
Rampage.
Rampage.
So,
Look,
that's
the
the back.
the side, the side,
That's the back.
the side, the side, the side,
That's
the
the back
side.
of
That's
the
the side.
It's the side.
The referee's a good ref. He's right there
That's
looking at
the
it.
neck.
That's the side.
literally
That's the side.
That is the side.
That's the side.
That's the side.
It was all good punches.
That's all on the side.
Chandler's one of the best fighters in the world. He
I
know
agree.
not to hit
He
people in the
is.
back of the head.
It's
I
pinpoint
agree.
accuracy. That's the side.
That's the side.
That's the side.
Good
That's the
thing,
side.
good thing
It has to
Rampage
be.
ain't no ref.
It's honestly, dude, like
If I was the ref in the first round,
Look
when
at the
Oliveira
ref.
was standing,
Looks like Chandler's brother.
hey, if I was the ref, I would have stood that fight up in the first round when Chandler was just when Oliveira was just sitting on his chest.
Stand him up and mount.
Stand
Yeah.
him up in the mount. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have stood him up.
We should
If I
have
was
you
a
ref
ref.
just to be like, just laugh, you know?
I'd be a
my
good
God.
ref.
You'd
Oh, you'd be the
great
worst.
ref. I
You'd be
think
the
you'd
worst.
be great. You're a great
You wouldn't stand. Look, he was just sitting there like he was trying to hatch an egg or some shit.
full mount. TJ.
He's in mount.
No,
dog.
that wasn't mount. That was side when he
no, he's
had.
in mount.
full mount. When both legs are on the side of the hips.
It's kind of like
and you're sitting on
Herb
top,
Dean
that's
telling
full
them to
mount.
work when they're. Oh, you guys had that interview.
Let's
How'd
work.
that go
It
down?
went nuts. The video. Hey, Wayne, was that our most viewed video so far of the year?
Which one?
Herb Dean.
It's up there.
Combined, yeah, it's combined.
So, like, what was his excuse to
the
tell
whole-
them to work?
He said that it's his obligation, or you could correct me if I'm wrong. It's, and no joking, because I want to make sure Herb looks good right now. It's his obligation to make sure that the integrity and the spirit of the fight is constantly progressing and that they're not stalling, because that's the whole point as a referee, is to make sure that the spirit of the fight
This isn't wrestling.
I mean, let's take a break. Watch me
I
versus
can't
Chris.
even finish because I got this guy over here.
Because you're talking out your ass. Watch me
I'm
versus
telling
Chris
you
Weidman.
what Herb Dean said.
Watch me versus Chris Weidman and Herb Dean not stop that fight. Tell me where the integrity of the fight was going and how. Chris
Your
Weidman-
personal matters do not have to be tied to what Herb Dean is
backing
saying.
Herb Dean.
I'm not backing Herb Dean. I'm just telling you what Herb Dean said. He sat 2
100%.
feet away from me.
100.
I literally killed the guy.
100% Herb Dean should not have been backed on that. You can't say to progress in the fight when you're both on your feet fighting. It's like there's no rule telling me that I have to throw a punch.
Pull up my Chris Weidman fight and watch.
There's no
Herb
rule
Dean.
telling me I have to throw a punch.
They want an exciting
Watch Herb
fight
Dean
though.
just fucking watch.
Of course
away.
they do, but it's a sport as well at the same time. It's not just fucking a bloodbath like craziness. It's a sport, right?
Well-
So you can't tell me like if I'm on someone's back and you're telling me to work, it's like no, like I can stay here all day. It's part of the game. It's part of the sport. I'm in mount. I can stay here all fucking day. Guess what? It's his job to get me out of mount. It's not my job to like. I can sit there all day long. If I want
Herb
to.
Dean said, and I'm not backing up anybody. I'm just telling you what he said. Herb
You
Dean
said you want to make him look good.
No. I
No,
want
you
to
did-
make sure
you did say that.
Yeah, I want to make sure he looks good because one of the clips went viral because we clipped it the wrong way.
Into the
And
third
I
round.
want.
Oh, yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Time out.
he did.
One of the clips went viral because we clipped it the wrong way, and we made him sound like he was saying what he told a fighter before the fight is different from what he told a fighter in the ring or in the cage. So I'm just trying to make sure he looks good and I say properly what he said. But he said that if the fighter is not trying to pursue the fight to
yeah.
finish the fight, then it's his job to make sure they do. That's all I'm saying.
If you're in someone's guard
Go
and
to
you're
the
just
end
chilling there,
into
then
the third
yes.
round. Into the third round. Tell me where Herb's watching on. Like he just, it varies. Obviously, when you're in there and you're watching, I don't. What are you seeing from this situation? Because there's been a lot of situations where Herb has stopped the fight too early, stopped the fight too late. But that's being a ref. It's hard.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't want to sign up for that.
I mean, now we're gonna talk real quick, Luke, about your Luke Rockhold, Chris Weidman middleweight title fight. We're in the third round. What is it that you wanna? What is it that you're trying to show me here?
Oh, you're telling me that Herb was about stopping a fight, like when he sees like that the fighter's coming to fight back. There's this. I was literally about to kill Chris Weidman. Herb wouldn't stop the fight for God knows what. I don't know what he was thinking, what he was seeing. Herb's the referee, and I'm literally about to kill him.
But are you trying to say that Herb should have stopped this fight?
That's what he's saying. Yes.
Because what I was just trying to back you up on is that is what I agree with. That if the fight is supposed to be stopped because it looks like the fighter's killing the guy, that the referee should come in and stop the fight, but they pick and choose when they want to do that. I'm supporting your argument.
No, I mean, like, it's just got to be relative to the situation. Where if the guy looks like he's fighting back, yes, give an option. But if the guy's not, you stop the fight.
What's your opinion, Rampage?
Are we at the point where you think Herb should stop the fight?
No, it's at the end of the third round.
What round is this right here?
Fourth round.
Okay, get me the right footage, and I'll give you my honest.
I want to hear what
assessment.
Rampage thinks. Is this it, Luke?
That's the end of the third round.
Go to the end of the third round, and I'll give my honest assessment. Let's see.
Right here. Here you go. That was it.
What I see.
Where he missed the spinning heel kick.
Who missed it? Who threw that spinning heel kick?
Wyman.
Okay. So where we at when
I'm pulling it up right here.
Oh, you the one controlling that?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder why we're fucking.
Hold on. I'm
Stop,
learning
stop,
the system.
Let it go.
Is it right here?
Let it go.
I know. I'm just making sure that's loading.
Bear, do it right.
All right.
You gotta
What are you
get
seeing in the
this
comments?
There's a comment on the side that says the referee should have stopped the fight.
That's one of Luke's accounts.
What round is it in now?
I believe this is the third round.
I think here comes the spinning
Yeah.
heel kick.
It was at 13 minutes, so we're in the fight, and I'm actually interested. I want to see what Rampage thinks about this because this is a huge controversy right now in the UFC. Is do refs stop the fights the right way?
I want to see this.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
Looks
Luke,
like an
you're-
exciting fight.
It
So
looks like it should be
Oh,
coming
it was a
up
good
soon.
fight.
yeah, Luke, you're pretty shredded in this fight.
Luke's always shredded. What are you trying to say? He's
Why are you always
in shape.
looking at his body then? How you know that?
I'm an athlete. I look at athletes. I'm like, man, I wish I could look like that.
You're an athlete.
I'm an athlete.
What's that?
I'm an athlete.
All right,
Tell
so
me
you,
your feet.
so you guys, so, you guys
I got athlete's feet.
so Luke, it seems like you guys are going to war here. I mean, this is
Oh, you heard him.
like
with
a
that
title fight. I mean, we've watched this
Wait.
fight. Oh wow.
Wait.
Is it like a title fight or is it a title fight?
No,
There it
it's
is.
what a
I know.
title fight should look like.
Yeah.
There goes the spinning heel kick. Okay,
Okay.
takes him down.
Take back. All right. Luke's jiu-jitsu's coming into play here.
Okay, which white guy is Luke?
Luke's in the white shorts. Weidman's in the black shorts.
Okay.
All right, Luke, kind of walk us through what you're doing through this fight right here.
Well, I'm going for a choke, but I always believe in mount back to mount, mount to back. You go back and forth. So anyway, I'm on top, and I'm looking for openings. Chris is blocking, And I found that like you can split an elbow if you just go right down the middle. I just kind of instinctively found it, and boom, we lost it.
We lost the Wi-Fi.
Amazing.
Anyway,
What the hell?
What
that was
the
great.
fuck?
Bear.
We'll move on. It's not me, it's the Wi-Fi.
There we go.
Come on,
We're back.
hold on, hold on.
We back.
I'm invested now. I want to see this.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
see.
so-
Okay, splitting the elbows down the middle.
So like there's right down the
Nice.
middle is just effective elbow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
started splitting them up here, and then
He's not
He's
fighting
not
back.
defending, not fighting back.
Yeah, he's turning.
just keep going. It gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, I've seen
fights stopped earlier
yeah,
already.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
All right, I'm with you
No,
on this.
just keep watching. It just keeps going,
Herb Dean all over the
going,
action.
and going.
The Herb
going.
Dean today would have stopped this already.
yeah.
Rockhold,
Hey.
read the subtitles too. The commentators are saying, "Why isn't Herb Dean stopping the fight?"
This should be done.
Yeah, it
already.
should be done. Yeah, I agree.
He's
I
not
mean,
doing
but Herb
anything.
was stopping fights.
Hey, just keep going.
Herb was stopping fights earlier before this happened because he stopped my fight against Dotson on the Ultimate Fighter finale way too soon. I don't think I was maybe going to win that fight, but still, he stopped it way too soon.
Yeah, this has been done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Look at this thing.
yeah. That's a lot of.
That's your boy, dog.
And that was the end
All
of
right,
it. That
this
was
fight
the
should
end of
have
the
been
round.
stopped.
that was
End of the
that,
round.
that was the end of the round.
End of the round.
Yeah. This fight should have been stopped.
Yeah.
Did you end
I
up winning
agree.
this fight?
I won the fight, yeah, but that was the end of the round. I was like, what the fuck?
Did you end up winning by decision?
I finished him. I
finished
finished him in like a minute into the second.
You guys had
yeah.
another fight then too, right?
We were supposed to fight in Madison Square Garden, and I got injured, and then he ended up having to fight Jacare and got his. Chris Weidman's Madison Square dreams have never come true, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
So yeah, I agree with Luke. That fight should have been.
Yeah, 100%.
How many-
Especially because elbows. We see now, like, as soon as you start to throw multiple elbows in a row, then the refs are like, okay, we got to stop this. If you're throwing punches, sometimes they'll let it go longer. But you were dropping elbows nonstop.
That was at least
and
15.
there was he wasn't doing. It was like this position was just showing like I don't want to be here.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, Luke. I think so is the whole podcast.
Yeah.
It should have been stopped. We're with you.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Herb Dean. Give me some love.
I'm going to go comment on top of your comment. And say, I agree with Luke.
I'm going to go tweet this today. All right. So Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler, anything we want to touch upon this before we end it?
I mean, the ending was sick, like
Yeah.
him standing up and slamming him on his back. I had a question though. Like,
Yeah.
are you allowed to? I don't know if this is real. Like, why wouldn't you do like a front flip, shoulder roll, and spike his head into the mat?
I was thinking
don't
that.
think that we can spike.
We can't spike, but he would have to move, right? He's holding on to a submission. So if
Yeah.
I come like that, like same way if I have like someone has a triangle and I pick him up and slam him on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
head, it's their fault.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like forward, boom.
Yeah,
like-
forward over my shoulder.
Yeah.
I was
know,
thinking
like,
that. Yeah.
Like, because that one's never going to hurt him jumping backwards, right? The canvas is pretty soft. Like, it's got some cushion to it. But if you did a forward roll with your shoulder to the side and just like jam his neck and head into the
cage because that
Oh,
thing
that too,
fucking
yeah.
hurts.
Cheese grate.
Into the cage
Yeah.
because that hurts.
Yeah,
Arm
cheese grate
flip,
him.
cheese grate, forehead
Yeah.
all the way down the cage.
Yeah.
Stand up, do
and
it
then,
again.
yeah, then he'd have to get his nose fixed too.
Yeah,
huh?
100%.
Yeah. If I was a judge, I would have gave this fight to Chandler. I thought.
Good thing you're not a judge either.
I thought Chandler won this fight.
You're crazy.
But yeah, it's like if you're just keep jumping up and down and doing like if you got the guy, if you're doing all that work to get him up, you might as well try to hurt him, right?
I
Run
will
him into the
yeah,
cage,
Yeah.
peel him off, do something that's
Yeah.
just because there's no value to just jumping on the back like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
I think for sure, like we said before, Chandler's an entertainer.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that if he probably realized early, like, okay, I'm not going to win this, so how
Yeah.
can I at least entertain and make sure that the fans,
Yeah.
get some type of
He's a warrior. I mean, he never lost
for
any
sure.
stock because of this, Like,
yeah, 100%.
his stock actually probably still went up. Both of theirs did just because of the fight. Fight of the night, sick ending. Like,
Yeah,
Who
he
got paid more?
WWE'd the shit out of that.
Who got paid more, Chandler or Oliveira?
I think Oliveira got paid more.
There's one
I
thing,
hope so. He's a champ.
There's one thing we all need to talk about here is Oliveira's weight cut needs to be put in question, and we need to see a video of this skin because have you guys seen this?
I'll pull it up.
Oh my god,
Is it bad?
Yeah.
it's in question. Everything about it is questionable. I just don't understand how this is.
I cut weight with him in Abu Dhabi.
I
for
bet
my
you
last
have.
fight.
I bet you have.
Yeah, we were cuddled up in the sauna. No, but we were in the sauna, bro. He was dying.
No, but this is different.
Oh, damn.
What's going on here? He's getting his head caressed.
No, he's.
Oh, this is why you're saying I've cut weight
His
with him.
teammate is holding him while he's underneath him.
What
and his
the-
Is this the most recent weight cut?
I don't even know if this is him, but it's been going viral. It looks like him, but it's been going viral.
It
and then
definitely
you
is.
see
All of his
him-
cornermen got their bleached hair and stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
He's
I can
cutting
barely see.
weight.
The guy's rubbing the other guy's head.
What?
Yeah, there's a shoot the box shirt.
He's inside of a sauna box with 2 people in there, so the more body heat, and he's giving him a massage.
I don't want to see this. This is not type of stuff I like to
He's
look
giving
at.
his teammate a massage.
I don't know, bro. I think I'll be the guy to step in here.
Oh,
and
is he? Oh, the other
he's-
guy's cutting
yeah,
weight.
He's helping his friend cut
wait,
weight.
the other guy.
But I'm not gonna lie, like if I were in this position and I'm coming from Brazil or wherever I come from, struggling to make weight, I know that this is my only opportunity, and my friends are like doing whatever they can to show me like you got this support. I don't call it, whatever you want. I think there's nothing to really like give them shit about.
Yeah.
It's real shit. It's
I mean,
like, you know what I mean? If you love somebody, it's your brother, whatever,
Yeah.
you do whatever the hell you got to do. That's just code.
I've been there with Juan Archuleta, like helping him cut weight is just gnarly, and like probably doing some shit that's a little
Questionable.
I've seen it in a real sauna, but those little saunas, I just like.
rubbing him down with oil
like,
while he's
I
sweating.
don't
I
understand
mean,
it. I don't
little gay,
understand
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
little
I-
gay.
I
But
mean,
he's,
like,
he's got his underwear on. I'm massaging his legs with oil and getting him to sweat. Like,
yeah. I also don't think that he expected that somebody was just going to like pull out their phone and film it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you don't care at that point.
You know, you're like, I don't care. Like,
about
my
anything.
boy's got to make weight, and I feel for him right now. I know, but I need him to get this last pound off. Like, whatever, he's just in there, like, whatever, talking to him. Hey, dude, you got to, maybe this is going to help you get out of, your situation. Whatever it is that he was, I feel like Oliveira's a genuine dude. Whatever it is that he was doing, it was for a good purpose, a good reason.
I see where you come from. People don't like the fans. They might not understand that you can actually die by cutting weight.
if you've
For
never
sure.
cut weight, you don't understand.
You don't understand that. So yeah, you've been a good friend, hugging your teammate while he's cutting weight, all sweaty, glistening inside of a sauna. You got to do what you got to do for
Also,
your
too,
friend.
Rubbing
like, as
his
a friend,
chest hair.
no, but think about this too. Like, as if you're somebody's friend or coach or cornerman, you got to ask yourself the question: did I do everything that I could do as a coach or as a friend to make sure that this guy made weight or to make sure this guy succeeded?
Okay, I got to ask you a serious question. This is real. This is a real story. I'm not going to say which coach this happened to, but it's in boxing.
Yeah.
One coach had his boxer, the commission, did the signing, and he had his boxing gloves on, and he was almost time to go out to the ring, and the boxer said, "I got to use the restroom."
Mm-hmm.
And if you was a coach,
I'll wipe his ass.
no, he had to do number one,
Oh.
and he couldn't hold it himself. Would you hold his wiener while he peed?
I mean, I don't think you have to
No.
hold his pull his shorts down for him.
No, that's a whole different situation.
So that's what you
like
thought-
you just got to piss. It's like, yeah,
But he
pull
got
your
his whole
pants
boxing.
down
He
for
got his
you
whole
and you
boxing
just
kit
look
on. He
like-
got his
You
whole
just pull
boxing
him
kit
down
on.
for him.
yeah, pull it down for him and just
I
let
don't
him
have to hold
spray.
it.
He got his whole
Yeah.
boxing kit on.
It
Who
doesn't
do you want
matter.
to hold it for you while you piss?
It's not me.
Just say the guy you say.
No,
Say the
it's
guy's
not-
name.
it's not me. I'm
That's a
asking-
whole. That's a whole different.
That's a whole
situation.
different.
Say the guy's
That's
name
why
that
you.
you
That's
want.
why you draw a line for your buddy.
You have to. I mean, that's just like you can. Here's how you go. You help him. You pull down his pants, and you just say, "Toilet's right there." You aim at it. If he sprays all over the wall and on the urinal, that's not my fault. Someone else
Backsplash is
did.
okay with you?
What?
Backsplash is okay with you before a fight?
I mean, like, there's not gonna be any backsplash. If
Well,
you
you
go
don't
into
know
it,
that.
if
Well,
you're
we're
going
Rampage
to like
Pee
a
in the
toilet,
shower.
or
Like,
if you go
whatever,
into
yeah.
like a toilet, like whatever, you just fucking spray it.
What a
like, that's
dumb
different.
question.
That wasn't a dumb
What a
question.
dumb
I
question.
wanted to see where he draw the line at.
Taking the intellectual IQ of this podcast to a whole new level of love.
Is it
That's
is it
different.
Is
No,
it,
I was okay. I tuned into who it was, and when there's that much money on the line, you're holding the motherfucker's dick. I'm just saying.
well, you were holding Craig Jones's dick for free. Weren't you holding Craig Jones's dick for
You
free?
just want an excuse to hold anybody's piece. You're out of your mind. God, Rampage, thanks for bringing out a good laugh at it. All right, listen. So that's what you get. That's what you get. All right, we're gonna move on from here now.
Yeah,
Got
let's
it?
talk about the main event.
We're not doing a whole podcast about.
I got
piss.
another serious question.
Oh.
How you like the Venom kicks versus the Reebok kicks?
The pants? I mean, the
whole-
shoes?
No.
Oh, the kits.
Oh, that is a good
kits.
question. Yeah.
Venom, the quality is way better, higher quality. I'm not a big fan of the designs and the patterns that they put on everything, but I could go with an all black tracksuit. That would be nice. But why do we have to have You know what I mean?
TJ feels differently because the snakes is kind of his thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't like snakes.
Take a lap, dog. Take a lap.
Yeah, I got a snake tattoo on
Take
my
a
body.
But
lap.
can't you customize your shorts more with Venom?
Only if you're the main event.
I got a tattoo for you, Bear. Right
Yeah,
here,
only
right
main
here.
event fighters get
Right
the
here,
option
Bear.
of getting their
Let me
own
call.
custom shorts. But the fight kit itself, you can't customize.
They
like,
just put your name. They choose a color for you and everything. What?
of your walkout.
Yeah.
You get an option of black or white. If your opponent chooses white, then you got to choose the black one. You know what I mean? It's just like
Who gets to choose the color
A higher
first?
rank.
I think either the higher rank
Yeah.
or red corner. Like red corner.
Well, red
gets-
corner is always higher rank.
Oh yeah.
Is it really?
Okay.
Who decides that?
The rankings.
No, like who decided it was red though?
I don't know.
Yeah, like the guy who comes out second,
a
right?
weird
Like
color,
the
yeah.
blue corner always comes out
This
first.
is something
right?
you guys need to know about red. Red is like the most winning color. Like a lot of champions, like in the Olympics and stuff, like red is the winning color. That's why make America great again. Look at that red hat. It's a winning color. Y'all didn't know that?
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but you learn something new every day on the
Tiger on
podcast.
a Sunday.
Tiger on a Sunday.
A tight
Sunday
girl
red.
on a Sunday.
No, who's a tiger on the Sunday? No, Tiger Woods on a Sunday.
Oh.
What do you?
There's nothing wrong with the tight girl on a Sunday.
Ain't nothing wrong with a tight girl. Bear wouldn't know nothing about that.
It's something tight, but it ain't. It might be.
Can we move on?
Yeah, let's talk about
Thank
this
you.
main event, dude.
All right, here we go. Main event. Jon Jones, Stipe. Stipe's a legend. First of all, he came on the podcast. He was incredible. Jon Jones, we're going to get him on the podcast soon. A day before the podcast, or a day before the fight, Jon Jones left a comment on my podcast saying, TJ, you got to chill
awesome.
out. And then it started all this controversy. Now the podcast has like 10
Did
million
you read
views.
the comments after he said that?
It went
though?
nuts.
Exactly.
So TJ has a lot of the audiences on TJ Dillashaw's side about this. And TJ's reaction to this was, how do you skip over Tom Aspinall? That's basically what you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Aspinall is the guy. And look, he's played this perfectly right now. Jon Jones can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's the GOAT, right? So he really can. He can do whatever he wants. But now this is so hyped up with him not wanting to fight him and duck him. Like Jon Jones' situation, now he's going to get paid. You know what I mean? Like we're going to go into negotiation. We're going to talk about like, pay me to do it then. You know, like he's the fighter that can go in there and really ask for what he wants.
But how you go disrespect the GOAT by saying
I'm not disrespecting him.
You disrespect him
I'm
by
disrespecting the fact that Tom Aspinall got jumped over when he's an interim champion. Interim champion always fights the champion.
But hear me out. Stipe is one.
We're
of
gonna
the best-
have the exact same conversation, and everyone in the comments said you a clown, and I'm not.
No.
Rampage is a clown?
Yeah, for what I said.
Rampage, where's the red nose?
Let's go.
Wow,
Where's the red nose?
No, Stipe is the
I'm
best
just fucking
heavyweight
with
of
you.
all times, and he's getting older. You gotta get him. You gotta get a fight with him before it's too
Stipe
late.
is the greatest heavyweight of all time.
He's the
Right.
most decorated.
He's the most decorated.
Right.
But should a guy that currently has the interim belt fight before that? The correct answer by the rule book is yes. But the rule book for you is based off the heritage and the icon and the legacy of the UFC and MMA fighters. You want him to get the fight. Doesn't mean it's the correct fight. That's what TJ's
Yeah.
saying. TJ plays by the books.
Well,
But he disrespected the GOAT in the same breath.
right.
That's disrespectful.
He's nasty. Huh? I mean, that
Yeah.
takedown he hit on Stipe was
Sick.
Just,
Oh, man,
how does
so
he?
sick.
How does he trains?
Let's
what
talk
he
about
does.
those stab kicks to like the belly to the liver. Those things were brutal off the
Yes.
bat. Like
Yes,
he came
that
out
first
throwing
round.
them hard.
Did the way he threw those first kicks?
Yeah.
like
Yes.
he
The
threw
ones
that with
with the
such
toes to
authority.
the body. Bang!
Like there's no feeling out process.
No, dude, he just
even
tossed
that
it up.
Inside leg kick.
Inside leg kick too. He came out with kicks that I never really expected that he'd be throwing. Like,
Throwing like
he
that.
throw it with heavy intention.
Yes.
You know, like
Nasty.
not carelessness, but like he was just like, I don't care where it lands, I'm throwing a hard kick.
Did you know?
And
you hear why he said he was doing that?
no.
He was saying that because he don't have like one punch knockout power, so he figured that he had to like do stuff like that, do those kicks to end the fight.
Wow.
Man,
I was
mean, it
surprised.
definitely did damage.
I was surprised those first push kicks to the solar plex didn't drop him, and they were pinpoint.
Yeah, they were pinpoint.
Wonderful.
And here's the thing: everyone has to realize is Jon Jones is a crazy athlete.
Yeah.
and you don't get those athletes at heavyweight. He's been fighting the most athletic guys at light heavyweight.
Yeah.
and so him moving up to heavyweight with this size, but he's got a different athleticism that heavyweights aren't used to. So all his shit works.
Yeah.
and these guys aren't ready. They're not fast enough to react to him.
Yeah. Not fast enough to react. That's why that like takedown trip happened. You know what I mean? Spinning back kick, like you're not really getting those at that level from other guys in the heavyweight division. He brings something, definitely brings something
I'm gonna say
special.
this. I'm gonna say this now, with all due respect. Stipe was a little bit rusty. I think he would have done a better job if he hadn't been sitting out for 4 years.
You think so?
I thought he looked kind of good.
I
man.
saw no rust.
I thought he looked good.
What?
I didn't see any
no,
rust.
I just
No,
think Jon
no.
Jones is that good, bro.
No, I think Jon Jones is really good, but I think Stipe would have done a lot better if this fight would have happened maybe 2-3 years ago.
I don't think so.
But what is it about
know, man.
Stipe that you felt he wasn't in his prime, or he was
Just like that trip. That trip was like
the way he used
just
his
the way he
hand to
tripped.
push him down?
I think that's all due to rust. Like I do. Like
It
some of the
was all
shots.
due to the setup.
He set through
the
like,
way
was
that he
throwing
set it
kicks,
up. The way that he set it up. Yeah, he set it up with those kicks in
Mm-hmm.
the beginning, and then I don't know exactly what it was, but he faked
fakes.
something.
Yeah, he
to
fakes a
have
kick.
Stipe go here, and then that's what created the trip. I don't think that was from
Go
rust.
back and watch Stipe's fight versus DC. And
That's two
I think
different
it's DC.
fighters,
Look at the
man.
but
range
DC's
difference.
wrestling though. That's DC's
Yeah, but look at
wrestling though.
look at the range difference. Like
There's no rust in Stipe. He came in here looking better than he's looked in a long
no,
time.
I don't
Physically,
agree. I don't agree with that.
Jon Jones
What?
is dude. I love Cormier is my boy, but Jon Jones is a different world
Yeah.
of technique.
I understand that. I understand that. But
No, he's
I see
setups,
rust.
Just like confidence. Like DC like goes in kind of red and he just goes for it. Jon Jones, there's no tell, there's no nothing there. He just fucking sneaks in and executes every fucking thing he does.
very meticulous.
Hey guys, all of you guys here are top-notch fighters. You guys have won belts, and you guys are accomplished fighters in your weight classes. What makes Jon Jones? I need to hear it like as a fight fan. What has made him so dominant over this many years, this many fighters? It's got to be something
I'm
special.
gonna tell you. How many of you guys here have you? How many of you guys fought Jon Jones?
just kidding. We know you're the only one that's fought Jon Jones in here.
I have
Say
never,
what you gotta
I have
say.
never fought him.
I'm telling you. To answer your question, the thing that set Jon Jones apart from any other fighter that I ever seen is his mind. I've said that before. His mind is on a totally different level. It's because I believe fighting is 95% mental. And that being said, Stipe was rusty. I'm telling y'all. Maybe y'all don't agree with me, but Stipe I see a lot of rust in replay.
But even the way Jon Jones breaks down Stipe throughout the fight, like he's saying, go to the head, go to the body, then kick. And the way he moves it around. And then when Stipe attacks, he kind of backs out, runs around the ring, lets Stipe set up again, picks him off, goes back around the ring. Like it seemed like everything he was doing was just, he was a few steps ahead the whole time, right?
There's a few things, man, that makes Jon Jones so great. It is his mind, right? He's great at seeing things. He's great at game planning. Also, that this guy could have played other sports. He's like a real athlete, fighting heavyweights. His range is insane for heavyweight. Now, like him being able to keep his arms straight and back out and stay away from danger. He's always at his range. And I think the only way to even threaten, which we've seen against Jon Jones, is when guys kind of just get reckless and go. Like Dominic Reyes just went for it. Was it Santos? The guy with the big sledgehammer on his chest, right? He just went for it. Like you can't try to fight him technique for technique. One, because he's got great eyes. Two, he's got like the athletic ability. And three, his range is unlike any other fighter. He's got the longest reach.
You think Aspinall got a
I do think he's got the best chance. I still think Jones wins, but because Aspinall,
Oh, sorry.
because Aspinall can like cover distance so fast. He's got real good spring in his step, and he's a real athlete. That guy could play football. Like he's a big dude. He's got real spring in his step. I do think he's dangerous enough to give Jones a fight, but again, he's gonna have to just bring it. He can't like try to like out technique him and stand at his distance. He has to fucking go.
I think it's a shame that Stipe is retired because he didn't look that bad, and it's not like he took a lot of like damage to his head. I mean, it was a liver shot by a technical master.
Opposite
I mean,
sides of the liver.
I would love to see. I was his kidney, sorry, but it was so, when it's that hard, it don't
Yeah, it
matter.
don't matter.
But I'd like to see him fight Aspinall. I mean, Aspinall wants to stake his claim to making Jon Jones fight him. Go put on a fucking show-stopping performance against Stipe Miocic, and because you haven't really fought. I mean, you fought some guys, but I mean,
Do we agree with the internet's reaction that all of these icons and legends were willing to put on their careers at risk to fight Jon Jones, like Rampage, like all of these guys that came before Jon Jones, that Jon Jones should give Tom Aspinall the right to fight him? Or do we agree with the fact that Jon Jones said, I made my career, I'm the greatest ever, I don't need to give you the attention?
I think it's a play to get more money. I think it's a play to get in there and negotiate some more money. And yeah, maybe a little bit of like Tom Aspinall's a danger, right? But I think he's going to try to get paid for it, right? Like you are the greatest of all time, so go in there and ask for a number that's insane.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to really make it happen is that he gets paid what he wants. Because like you guys are saying too, it is the rules. You're the interim champion.
Yeah.
By the rules, you deserve the title shot. But also, like, as the champion, in a way, like, if you don't get paid what you don't like, what you're requesting, then
No.
what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta have the champion to put on the fight. Now it's like he said, between him and the UFC and getting that negotiation going to where they can make it happen. But I think that the UFC in a way may have to meet his number
100%.
because they owe it to Aspinall, but in a way they also owe it to Jones because of his record and everything that he's done. It's like, I think the UFC kind of owes it to both people.
He's wealthy enough to walk away, right? He doesn't have to fight.
It's crazy.
He's got a big enough name. He's wealthy enough. He can be like, nah.
I agree with the champion wants to get as much money as he feel like he deserved, but come on, Aspinall is a.
And they let Anderson Silva go up and fight Forrest Griffin, your boy.
Yeah, Aspinall is the interim champion, and he deserves to.
Agree.
Yeah, and I think the champion, you should fight anybody that makes it up to the rank. They want to.
But also, do you not think that in that fight, it's mostly Jon Jones who's pulling in all the views?
Yes.
Yeah, is the
You
A
know
side.
what I mean? Like,
But he's the champ. He should be the A side.
Yeah, but like,
But that point right there, Khalil, I agree with you. But the problem is this whole interim system and the whole belt and ranking system is set up for the champion to always have to fight the next best up.
Yeah.
That's why UFC doesn't send the legends out on top. That's why legends go out fighting the next up and coming guys. They don't set up people for stardom or they're after their careers. They don't care. They want to put on the most exciting fights.
Look at this,
that's
Russ.
true.
Hey, look at this, Russ. See,
Rust?
Stipe was waiting on Jon Jones a lot. He wasn't popping his jab. He just standing there with no head movement.
brother,
I'm
he
saying-
just got dominated with 3 giant kicks to the breadbasket and then having Jon Jones on top of you, dropping elbows and stuff.
But you
for a
standing up
full
now,
round.
though. But
you're standing up now. But that doesn't mean that you come back fully refreshed as if you didn't just have this beast on top of you.
Yeah, you don't got to be refreshed to move your head and to pump jabs in the other guy's face. He's standing right in front of him.
I seen you hit mitts recently. You getting tired, bro. You're getting tired not moving your head and probably doing full extension in your punches. It happens.
I don't move my head that much when I'm hitting mitts.
Why not?
Because I just don't.
Why?
I just never. I move my head in fights.
Why? I see you
I'm
with the bobblehead.
because I'm more real. Everything for me. I can't fake shit. Like I'm just weird like that. It gotta be real. Like something coming towards my head, and I'm a move. But I'm hitting pads. Like what I'm saying, if the coach don't tell me, I get some head movement. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna sit there and try to hit the pad.
Sometimes I see the coach working harder. They're like moving their pads more than you are.
Wow,
What's going on today,
What the
Rampage?
fuck's going on today?
You know what I think is happening, Rampage, is I think at this point in your career, you are such a legend and an
Yes,
icon that
true.
it's hard for guys like this to sit at the table with you and not feel some sort of intimidation factor. So they're overcompensating with the negative assault verbally towards you. And I won't stand for it.
Thank
so
you.
TJ Dillashaw, I'll tell you something.
They can't hurt my
At
feelings.
Rampage's
That's true.
age, being slow is not his fault. And the
I
fact that what?
Why you say he's slow, dude?
Or I mean his head, whatever you guys are talking about.
I was just asking him to move his
I've
head.
watched Rampage. I went 10 rounds with Rampage last week, and he killed me for 10 rounds.
Well, of
killed
course,
me.
Of course.
What do you
He
mean, of course?
He better.
Yeah,
I'm 34
twice,
in the best shape of my
I'm
life.
twice your size.
Twice my age. I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to say that you don't breathe heavy and you don't huff and puff and you don't over sweat. You look good. You're in great shape right now. I got your back.
And again, I say things.
Rashad's in trouble.
I say things without a filter sometimes, and it gets me.
Oh, we know.
It gets me in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
And I'm saying like, why aren't you moving your head when you're hitting mitts? Because you should be, right? Like,
But
I'm not saying
you
that
should
to
hold
be-
that inside
No,
to after the
why?
podcast.
Because I care about.
You move your head when you hit mitts?
Of course, I act like
Why?
I'm fighting every time I hit mitts.
Let's pull it up and let's see.
Yeah, why? Why are you moving your head when you hit
Because
mitts?
it's real. Like I want to be instinctually when I'm throwing my right hand, I want my head off the tracks. When I'm hitting mitts or when I'm doing Dutch drills with someone, I'm acting like exactly like it's a fight. I'm hitting real feints. I'm hitting like fake takedowns, coming back with punches. Like I'm setting up my kicks the right way. I'm looking down, kicking high. I want it to be instinctual. So when I get in the cage, shit just happens. I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, I don't-
But when you're in there hitting mitts just like this,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get in the cage, now you have to think like, oh fuck, I get out of the way at the same time.
I like moving my head in fights and stuff,
Well, I hope so.
and I like people to think that they can actually possibly hit me because
Yeah.
I like to get in a brawl. I'm a brawler.
You got power.
Yeah, I like
you
it.
got one punch power.
I like it. I want them to feel like they can hit me. See, look,
But my point is, I say those things because I care about you.
I don't get butt hurt like
Good.
this. My feelings don't get hurt.
I'm supporting you. I don't get butt hurt.
Your butt always hurts, dude.
All right, here's TJ Dillashaw sparring Lomachenko.
Which one's
TJ Dillashaw sparring
I'm
Lomachenko.
purple. I'm the guy that's-
Lomachenko's one of the
I'm the
greatest
guy
boxers.
that's tired and got purple headgear on.
I don't see no head movement, TJ.
I know.
No, but this is an incredible sparring session. You versus Lomachenko is pretty insane.
Bro, so I was told I was coming to go do workout with Lomachenko. I was going to do one round. I was coaching Ultimate Fighter. I got off the Ultimate Fighter and went out to Oxnard to spar with him. And there was somebody that was going to be like, oh, you'll do one round with him, but none of his other sparring partners showed up. So I did 4 rounds straight of 4 minutes with 30-second breaks, bro. I was so gassed out and I was on antibiotics during this. But this guy is unreal, bro. His vision is insane. He's so good.
It's a different level when MMA
so
sparring
good.
boxers.
So good.
It's just a
And
disadvantage
he's
anyway.
being nice with me. I'm a huge fan of him.
Almost amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to this Jon Jones fight. Well, hey, how come Jon Jones turned his back and started running from Stipe a few times? What's up with
Because
that?
Stipe was rusty.
Oh my God.
That's rude.
Khalil Rountree.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Stipe wasn't rusty. Like, he was giving Jon Jones a good fight.
He did good.
Yeah.
I just think he would have done better if the fight would have happened like 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, that.
Like, had that spinning back kick not happened, the fight would have gone differently. I think both of them would have continued to fight and it would have gone 5 rounds. I really thought this fight was going 5
I do
rounds.
love the Trump dance. The Trump dance was sick.
Rampage, can you give us a Trump?
Give us a
Can
Trump
you give
dance.
us Trump tips?
No, I don't know.
I think you'd be good at it.
Yeah, I don't know that dance.
You're good at imitating people.
No, I don't know that dance. I'm a fan of Trump though. I don't know that dance though. I don't know that one. But you guys said Jon Jones going to come on the show. I don't think he will because I think he low key mad at me what I posted on Instagram.
What did you post?
Have you guys ever seen that movie, The Great White Hype?
Great White Hype? No.
That's the name of that movie with Damon Wayans when he fought that boxer. Or was it
I've
Great
never
White
seen
Hope?
it. I don't remember.
Oh, it's a movie where the boxer Damon Wayans played a boxer and he had to he was undefeated or whatever, and he had to fight this boxer that beat him in amateurs, and they called him out. It was like an Irish guy, and everybody thought that the Irish guy was going to beat Damon Wayans' character, so he came out of shape. And I posted it, and then people like tagged Jon Jones. I think he probably like got upset with me. Yeah.
I don't think his feelings get hurt.
Oh, okay, because he knows I joke around. Jon Jones know I joke.
Everyone knows
Yeah,
you
I
joke
think
around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, John looked phenomenal. That combination, the uppercut, the right cross to this.
And with the heel, too.
I mean, he just always under rotate is what they say.
Is obviously Stipe retiring? John will figure out who he fights. Is there any possibility you guys think of Jon Jones fighting Alex Pereira?
No.
No.
No, and I think
Not a
Dana
chance.
said it
Yeah.
publicly as well. It's not going to happen.
I think there's a chance for sure. He said, I mean, Jon Jones got a lot of pull, and if they want him to fight, I mean, if that's what he wants, unless they're going to fork over that sum of money that he wants, which is like you say, it's a crazy number. It's not really a crazy.
I don't even
number.
know what he wants.
It doesn't matter. Jon Jones deserves more than anyone's ever deserved
Yeah.
in fighting.
Yeah.
That's not a good fight for Alex anyway.
Of course.
No.
Why do you think John wants?
Same thing Dana said. You know, I don't know.
I like to see Stipe come back and fight Aspinall, and if he smokes Aspinall, then the stage is set. Then there's some real hype because Aspinall represents an entire country and one of the biggest fighting like countries in the world. These people love fighting, and they've never had a heavyweight champion. I think there's the incentive behind getting Aspinall this opportunity is because he represents the UK, which is one of the biggest representatives of fighting.
They never had UK never had a heavyweight MMA champion.
Bisbing.
Not a heavyweight. You said.
Oh, heavyweight.
Heavyweight, the baddest man in the world. I mean, that would be absolutely
know that.
massive.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but yeah,
You think you would go to heavyweight before you retire?
no,
You go stay at 205?
yeah,
How old are you now?
30. I'll be 35 in February. Yeah,
I think all in all, Jon Jones proved why he's a GOAT. I think we'll have to end it with that. I mean, the guy literally has just been the most dominant fighter.
Do you see that he's still not on the pound for pound #1 spot?
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
I mean, no matter if you like him or don't like him, Jon Jones is the greatest ever. The guy should be pound for pound for sure #1,
Yeah.
right? Like, is that an easy? Like,
Right, at least #2 on the Mighty Mouse.
I'm talking
Mighty
about
Mouse isn't
current
fighting no
fighters.
more.
Current
Oh, you
fighters.
talking about current?
Yeah, it was pound for pound.
Okay, current.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be #1.
Wait, Mighty Mouse, do you think is over or below Jon Jones on the all-time list?
Over.
Why? Jon Jones hasn't ever lost.
Mighty Mouse on his only loss was a mistake.
No.
He mistakenly
Benavidez
lost.
beat him.
Huh?
Benavidez beat him.
It was a mistake.
No, it was not.
How did he beat him?
He beat him.
How?
Pretty sure.
It was a slip.
Did Ian McCall beat him?
Pretty sure. Or was that McCall?
No,
that beat him?
it was a good fight, but they
McCall.
gave it to they gave it to Mighty Mouse. It was a good
Or
fight.
it was a
though.
draw and
It
they
was-
had to fight again.
Ian McCall didn't get the win. They gave it to Mighty Mouse. He was wearing the Xbox shorts. That was a good fight. As
I might
Ian
be wrong.
McCall from
I
South
thought
County.
Benavidez beat him. I
No.
could be wrong. Let's pull up his record and see.
Yeah, I guess because Jon Jones hasn't lost. I guess
He's never lost. And he's beat legends.
Yeah, he's beat everybody.
Yeah.
What about Anderson Silva?
he fought too long past his prime, right?
What, to be considered pound for pound? Or just
So, yeah, to
He
be
lost
number
to-
one pound for pound.
So he lost to Cejudo, I know that. And he also lost at 1. He lost to Dominic Cruz. That was at 35s, yeah. Brad Pickett he lost to as well.
No, that was he lost to him by knee in one championship when they made him
Yeah,
fight
seen
that
that.
fight. Yeah.
That
And
was
then
a
he
slip.
came back and
Brad Pickett.
Yeah,
came
Brad
back.
Pickett beat him too. So I mean, you can't be better than Jon Jones with 4 losses.
Who they got over Jon Jones?
Yeah, the draw with McCall.
Khabib.
No, Khabib's, but Islam Makhachev.
How many fights he got?
Not enough to be above Jon Jones.
we'll pull up the rankings and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, because I gotta pee.
Yeah, I gotta go to Vegas. We're tournament to win.
Yeah, I don't even
Let's
know.
go.
I don't know who Islam is. I don't know how they got him over Jon Jones.
You don't even know who he is? 155-pound champion.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he's very
Luke
good.
trained with him. They got Marab at number 7, Tom Aspinall on 8, Leon at 9. Who's at 10? Volk's at 10.
Yeah.
Balaz's at 5. DDP is at 6. Ilya is at 4. Alex Pierre is at 3. Jon Jones at 2. Islam at 1. Wow. All right.
Wow.
We'll have to see what goes on. We'll see a lot of fights are going to be getting booked. I saw they booked Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith.
Oh wow,
That's a good fight.
interesting.
That's going to be good. That's in December. That should be a really good fight.
Will you help Anthony Smith train for that?
No,
Wow.
Why not?
Why not?
because I don't know him. I mean, like we've talked before, but like we don't talk.
Have you talked with him since your fight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
lightly, but nothing to where it feels like I'm gonna be in a training camp.
But what if he come and ask you humbly, like, "Hey, will you help me train for this fight? Because I love your stand up and stuff."
I'd probably decline.
Wow, I didn't know you was rude like that. That's rude, man.
It's not
It's
rude.
not rude.
I got other things to focus on. Man.
Hey, Khalil.
I'm focusing on myself right now. I'm not
Hey,
helping.
like
other
you're on the
people,
podcast.
You know, like helping other people out.
I find that
What?
rude. I thought you was a super nice guy.
Has nothing to do
Hey,
with
ladies and gentlemen, we got Gable Stevenson on the podcast right here.
Hey, what is up?
You got Khalil Rountree in here, Luke Rockhold, Rampage Jackson, and TJ Dillashaw. Gable, I know you were in the corner and you were training with Jon Jones going into the fight. We saw you with Gordon Ryan, not Gordon Ramsay.
My bad.
And it seemed like Jon Jones had one of the greatest ground game coach corners we've ever seen going into
Unreal.
this fight. Unreal.
Unreal.
You're an Olympic wrestling gold medalist. Gordon Ryan is probably one of the greatest jiu-jitsu athletes of all time. Can
No,
you
he's
just
not.
quickly tell me
Nicky Rod.
about Nicky Rod's the best ever, we get it, but Gordon Ryan's pretty good. Can you just tell me about training with Jon Jones, what it was like going into the UFC fight?
Man, definitely one of a kind. And hey, first of all, what's up to everybody?
What up?
there?
What's up?
Thanks for calling me. And Luke, you look good as always. Just don't worry.
Hell yeah.
Rampage is always gonna be Rampage. So how you doing too?
What's up?
What's up? Man, just a one of a kind experience. You know, Jon Jones invited me to his camp and literally guiding me to and showing me what it takes to be the heavyweight champion and one of the best of all time. And whether your opinions on him and are good or bad, he's just a great human being, and I think he's definitely it's just hard to say, just definitely a stand-up guy, and he loves what he does, and he loves us too, and that's what the best thing about it.
Yeah, we all got nothing but mad respect for Jon Jones. Did he talk you into coming to MMA and start fighting or what?
He does want me to start fighting.
Let's
I'm
go!
wrestling right now, and then I think after I'm going to transition over, which would be really nice.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. We all want to see it.
Yeah, it's TJ.
Yeah,
Is that TJ? What
yeah,
up,
we
bro?
all want to see it, baby.
Nah, thank you, bro. Nice to see you.
Hey,
Thank
Gable,
you.
if you do decide to go into the MMA route for a career path, do you know what gym and who you'll be training with?
I don't know what gym on who I'll be training with. The gym in Albuquerque with John wanted me to stick around and start there, or the Kill Cliff Fight Club in
Yeah.
Deerfield, Florida,
Kill
which
Cliff would be good, too.
Luke is familiar
Kill
with.
Cliff,
I just It's gonna be a hard choice, but I mean, just got to make the right choice for myself and where can I prevail.
Let me say something that's 100. I think that out there in Albuquerque, that's a great camp and stuff like that, but they might turn you into a boring fighter. Sorry to say that, but that's how I feel about them.
I said with all due respect.
With all due respect.
With all due respect.
With all due respect, they what's his name? Greg Jackson?
Yeah.
He made MMA boring for me. I'm sorry.
Hey, Gable, before we let you go, there's a viral video on ESPN of you basically trying to take down Jon Jones. You like double leg him or single leg him, high crotch style, and the guy tries to throw a knee at you. Was he sparring with you the whole time leading up to his fight?
Majority of the time he was, but we rotated for me, Gordon, and all the other practice partner he brought. So that was just a one-off clip of somehow I was going for a shot, and John being John just nailed me in the face. But it's all good though.
Hey, did Jon Jones ever submit Gordon Ryan in training?
I'll leave that unsaid.
There we go. There we go.
Did he have some good rounds?
They both had really good rounds, but Gordon is definitely the best jiu-jitsu guy right now, besides Luke Rockhold, of course.
There we go.
We gotta always make sure Luke feels good.
Gable's ping pong game is strong. I'm just gonna say that.
Gable, shout out to Gable Stevenson, one of the best. Came out here during the UFC. Thanks, Gable. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're the best, brother. Came out here during UFC 298. Hung out with us. Stayed here for a week. Trained with everybody. A Jackson athlete. Stand up.
Don't let him go to Greg Jackson. Talk him out of going to Greg Jackson.
We'll have
I think Kill Cliff would be great for him.
Yeah, Kill Cliff. Cool.
Yeah.
TJ, appreciate you as always coming on. Luke, good luck at the poker tournament. Do us well. Hopefully you win. The last tournament, Luke knocked out one of the greatest poker players of all time in the finals. Phil was not too happy about that. And I was actually very impressed that Luke could outsmart Phil, who's one of the greatest poker players of all time, on a live event. And Luke did it. So I know tonight you might do well. Rampage, you just keep doing you.
Is it tonight?
Just happy with everything you do.
Yeah.
You're at an all-time high with your physical abilities, and I see you training and eating healthy. I think Rashad's in big trouble.
And I fuck a lot too right now.
Really?
No, I'm not. I was lying.
And Khalil Rountree, thanks for coming through.
Yeah.
We always appreciate you. Like we said, your last fight was incredible, and we're excited to see the future for what we got going on.
Thanks, man.
Guys, I'm Bear Degidio. This is the Jackson Podcast. Don't forget, we just dropped our brand new JX1. Make sure you guys go check it out. We just dropped all of our new chains. This is the best-selling chain for men. Guys, if you're looking for a chain, looking to elevate your game and your style, you want just something that's clean, that's elegant, something you could trust, great shine, great durability. Obviously, I don't need to sell it. All the guys wear it, and we have some of the best and the greatest sports icons of all time supporting it for a reason. It's the best quality chain you could wear for a man. And our JX1 just launched, the most complete watch for a man with the new butterfly clasp. It's clean, it's elegant, it's simple, it's classic, but at the same time, it's luxury. Thanks for watching.